Accredited vocational training. Vocational education and training is practical education designed to meet specific job requirements. It's commonly referred to as VET. Satisfactory completion of VET, of vocational education and training, leads to a qualification. Qualifications offered by training providers include Certificate 1, Certificate 2, Certificate 3, Certificate 4. Each certificate gets a little bit harder and more lengthy and involved than the previous certificate. Diploma and advanced diploma. Each of these qualifications from Certificate 1 through to advanced diploma builds on the previous level, becomes increasingly more difficult and suitable for more advanced roles in the industry. These qualifications are recognised all over Australia and are referred to as nationally recognised training. So if you study something in Victoria, it has to be recognised in Northern Queensland, in Outback WA, in Sydney, wherever. So qualifications are organised into different training packages for specific industry areas. For example, the Certificate 3 in Hospitality is from the Tourism, Travel and Hospitality Training Package. Not every industry has every level of qualification, depending on that industry's needs. For example, in childcare at the moment, we have the Certificate 3 in Early Childhood Education and Care, and that's the minimum requirement for all early childhood assistants. So for anyone who wants to work in kindergartens or any early childhood setting, family daycare, the Certificate 3 level qualification is the minimum requirement. The next level qualification is then the Diploma in Early Childhood Education and Care, and that's currently required for room leaders in childcare centres responsible for program planning and supervision of assistants and of those Certificate 3 level assistants. So in that industry, in that training package, they've skipped the Certificate 4 qualification. There's no need for that at the levels and the way the industry is structured at the moment. That's just one example. There's lots of examples of that sort of thing across all different industries. The subjects that you study are called units. Each unit has a specific code and a title. For example, SIR XIND 101 is work effectively in a customer service environment. The individual units might be used across a number of qualifications and even across different industries. For example, HLT AID 003 Provide First Aid is the current recognised Level 2 First Aid unit, and it's part of many qualifications. It's part of the health training package, but it's used in qualifications across many different training packages. If you already have that unit from prior study or employment, providing it's still current, you'll be able to use that unit towards any new qualification that it's part of. And that's a really common example, but it also applies with any units that might be shared across different qualifications. For example, in the community services, childcare and education support, there's some units that apply across a number of different qualifications. If you already have them from a previous qualification, then as long as it's current, you can use that towards another qualification that it's part of. Each industry has certain standards. The training packages make sure the training matches those standards. Industry groups get together and nut out the training packages and the training requirements. Training packages focus on the competence of individuals to perform effectively in the workplace, on their skills as well as their knowledge. When a student gains a qualification, it shows they're competent and able to carry out the tasks associated with their course to the standard required in the workplace. When studying an accredited course, you'll need to demonstrate that you've acquired the skills and the knowledge necessary to obtain that qualification.
Only registered training organisations, or RTOs, can issue VET qualifications. Each RTO meets detailed requirements to maintain their registration, and each RTO only offers certain qualifications for which they're registered. They call that having those qualifications on their scope. A qualification issued by any RTO must be recognised across Australia. When looking into study options for an industry that you're interested in, make sure the training provider is an RTO and the qualification is a nationally recognised qualification. Any qualification that has any of those Certificate 1, Certificate 2, Diploma, Advanced Diploma type terms should be nationally recognised qualification. Those terms are protected, but they're things that you need to look into and be aware of, particularly if you're looking into studying with a lesser known provider, not a Learn Local or a VET, but a small private company or an online training company.
Only registered training organisations, or RTOs, can issue VET qualifications. Each RTO meets detailed requirements to maintain their registration status, and each RTO only offers certain qualifications for which they are registered. A qualification issued by any RTO must be recognised across Australia. When looking into study options for an industry that you're interested in, make sure the training provider is an